This has been life for grade 10 learner Mpho Choma for the last 4 months. The last time Choma was in a classroom was in late March.
We just wake up and sleep again. We have nothing to do. Always walking on the street. Every morning I wake up and then go to fetch some water and then go to see some friends. We can nothing to do.
Mpho is not the only learner in the Choma household. His 2 sisters in grade 2 and 4 have been at home since March. Very little to no schooling took place. While the Choma family is concerned about their children's academic performance, Basic Education is adamant that learners will be assessed before being promoted.
There won't be a pass one, pass all approach when it comes to the completion of the academic year. So we expect each and every one of our learners to participate in learning. If you're at home, the parent or caregiver will have the responsibility of ensuring that the child is learning and that there's evidence of the work that the child is doing, so that we're able to conduct an assessment at the end of the year to issue a report accordingly.
The department expects parents to come on board, but some caregivers like Rose Nkomo say this is an impossible task. Basic Education wants the academic year to be completed on the 15th of December. Teacher Union SATU fears pupils will be overburdened.
Because we cannot allow a situation where the teachers are going to be overloaded or even be pressured to recover when it is impossible to recover everything. That we have got to relook at the adjusted teaching plans by also trimming the curriculum further to take into account the most important concepts that have got to be learned.
In May, a trimmed and revised curriculum was endorsed by the Council for Education Ministers. Mahlako Komane, SABC News, Tafelkop.
Let's now cross to our reporter, Mahlako Komane, who is in Sterkfontein in Limpopo. A very heartfelt report that you gave us there, Mahlako, and we talk about some pupils, learners not being at school since March this year. Let's get a situation in Sterkfontein. How is it looking today? Many schools should be reopening.
Yes, good morning indeed, Lee. And we are back actually at the Choma household in Sterkfontein, there just outside of Tafelkop in Limpopo. And I think we've been here since about 6 o'clock in the morning. We saw a lot of school children making their way back to school, as well as, parents, I think, also just accompanying children back to school just to ensure, I think, anxiety perhaps for parents as well as the learners. So for some of them not having been back at school, haven't been at school since March, and I think a lot of them just trying to get over those anxieties and whatnot. But let me just get into it and speak to Mpho Choma. He was that learner that we saw in that package that you just played. He was herding cattle. Mpho, how is it going back to school after so many months?
I was not mathata, I was not say. So I like school on Raira.
And then are you not feeling maybe anxious? What's going on in your head?
No, I'm not right. I feel like I sharp on school. That's all.
Thank you so much, Mpho. Koko lena ne le sa bolela gore a le se sure a sifa dikolo di butse today ke 24 tsa August le te kwa jwang motswadi yaka
a re kwa re thabile gagolo re kwa re thabile dikolo ga di bula bile re a leboga ba kgora thuto ga ba isha bana dikolong modimo tla ba thusha ba tla tswela pele sekolong ke moka boletse jona ga bonetaba modimo tla no re ga bogela mo go bona phemela bana ba mo gare ga boletseo.
Leanne, you just heard there, that was Mpochoma and his grandmother, Koko Choma, saying to us that, I think the grandmother saying that in spite of the pandemic that we're facing, it really is up to God. And I think they're not too mindful of the disease, but they're very grateful that children are able to go back to school. I mean, this whole household, there's 2 children here that are also in primary school, also haven't been to school since March. Mpo himself saying that, I mean, he's happy to be back at school. Also, I think also just anxious to see what is it that is going to take place there at school. So I think quite a lot of anxious pupils across the country today. And I think also here in this quiet village of Sterkfontein, a lot of nerves and a lot of anxiety. But I think also just gratitude as well as excitement to see children back in the classroom. So we wait and we see, I think at the end of the day, what is it that children found when they go to school. But we'll also be following these kids back to school just to see if the school is ready for them in terms of those PPEs, as well as how are they going to roll out the extra learners that will be there today at school. And it's back to you in studio, Leanne.
Yeah, Mahlako Komane, fantastic. Thank you very, very much. I think summing it up perfectly, excited, almost relief the kids are going back to school, but very, very nervous at the same time. We look forward to getting that crossing from the school to see the readiness on their side.